Hi, this is True News, where we give you the news behind the news. I came across 3 headlines this week and I thought, why not talk about them? Rumors spread faster than ever nowadays thanks to social media. Some people are also inherently more vulnerable to these rumors than others, which is what makes this story quite confusing. There is a WhatsApp voice note making the rounds. Its message is simple: do not allow your daughters take the HPV vaccine. Why? Because it is deployed by the World Health Organization, WHO, to reduce our population in Nigeria. But that's not true. Vaccines save lives. They prevent millions of deaths each year. In 2018, 10,000 women died from cervical cancer. It is the second most common cancer among women in Nigeria and the second leading cause of cancer-related deaths in the age group of 15 to 44. As of 2019, the HPV vaccines used to help prevent cervical cancer were only available in private health facilities in Nigeria. Fast forward to October 2023, which is just a little over a month ago. The major headline was, Nigeria has commenced a large-scale vaccination campaign against the human papillomavirus HPV in a bid to substantially reduce cervical cancer rates. However, the silence from the Ministry of Health in debunking these rumors is concerning. Even more so, the National Orientation Agency, NOA, the Ministry of Information. Where are all the government agencies responsible for disseminating information? I have always believed that if people know better, they will do better. It is not enough for the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Tunji Alausa, to roll out vaccines. There should be ongoing sensitization campaigns across the country, on social media, radio, TV stations. Let Nigerians know and see it is a safe vaccine. Elections are over. Can we leave the political arguments aside and let us focus on information that will do us good? Moving on, at number 2, Emefiele must not be made a scapegoat, Bakare tells FG. Popular cleric Pastor Tunde Bakare earlier this year said that even though the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, may have made wrong judgment calls in the management of Nigeria's monetary policy, he must not be made a scapegoat by the federal government. While Pastor Bakare maintains that Emefiele should be prosecuted if found guilty of any crime, he noted that events before the 2023 presidential election points to the direction of a political vendetta against the suspended CBN governor by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. I agree, which is why I am wondering why Emefiele is the only one being incarcerated. There is an endless list of ministers from the previous administration that should get the same treatment that Emefiele is getting, but no one is talking about it or investigating. Why are Nigerians not angry with former Aviation Minister Hadi Sirika? Or Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk. Hadi Sirika had 8 years. He was given dollars, naira. He had direct access to the presidency. And when he was about to leave office, he delivered the fire trucks that cost billions, but no Nigerian air, no national carrier. Why is he not in jail like Emefiele? Twitter this morning was filled with receipts. Hadi Sirika has allegedly transferred billions of naira worth of landed assets on Ikeja Airport Road belonging to the Ministry of Aviation to himself. And he's even bought himself a Bombardier Challenger jet. Don't let us even get started on the former Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, who approved all these spendings without monitoring and accountability. It's time to ensure justice is served across board. And lastly, at number 3, FG assures Nigerians of confidence in air safety. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, not the former one, the current one, Festus Keyamo, was recently quoted as saying, if an incident happens anywhere in our airports, that is not an act of God. There is a failure of regulation somewhere. He said this in response to the incident that occurred Sunday evening when an Abuja-bound aircraft that landed in Asaba, Delta State, causing confusion among air passengers. Shortly after the incident was reported, the airline, in a statement by its spokesperson, Uchegbu Achilles Chud, explained that the affected aircraft, NUA 0504, was temporarily diverted to Asaba International Airport due to poor destination weather. But in his reaction, Mr. Keyamo maintains that there was no bad weather on that day in Abuja. He said what happened was an administrative mistake on the part of the airline. He explained that the aircraft was operated through a wet lease arrangement and the crew members were foreigners. In case you are wondering what wet leasing means, wet leasing refers to leasing an aircraft with pilots, crew members, maintenance or insurance, and usually this applies for longer time frames. Minister Keyamo disclosed that he listened to the communication between the tower and the pilot on the said day, as released by the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, NAMA. According to him, the pilot confirmed to the tower that the plane was heading to Asaba, not Abuja. There are so many things wrong with the aviation sector, but I'll leave it to the NCAA, who are already investigating this incident, to forestall future recurrence. In response to the incident, the aviation industry and its agencies have reached a resolution. And Minister Keyamo has outlined the following measures. Number 1, sanctions for the dispatcher and all involved parties. Keyamo emphasized the need for accountability, stating that sanctions will be applied where necessary. He added that the dispatcher who dispatched that plane and everyone involved will be interviewed and sanctions will be applied. Number 2, mandatory presence of a Nigerian pilot on the jump seats for all incoming wet leases. Acknowledging the lack of familiarity of foreign crews with the Nigerian terrain, Keyamo insists that henceforth every wet leasing entering Nigeria must have a Nigerian pilot present on the jump seats. I thought this should go without saying. If you are bringing a wet lease to Nigeria, your cabin crews should be Nigerian. We hope these stringent measures will be implemented because Nigerians have lost confidence in the safety and reliability of all Nigerians. And that's a wrap on True News. You can follow us on any of our social media handles and leave us comments. We'd certainly like to hear from you.